We're gonna head out on a couple calls this Saturday morning. I'm kind of getting a late start. Oh, you down with NorCal? Yeah, you know me. Heading out to this walk-in box job. They called last night, said it was getting a little too cold. So he said he could manage through the night till this morning, which was really nice. So I was planning on working today anyways. Oh, I also got the sheet metal cover for that produce cooler from last week. We're going to put that on. I'll take you guys through that. And but right now I'm going to pull in over here and grab some coffee. I didn't get any coffee this morning. I got a mega late start for me. Look at this. Sandbagging. Slacker today. All right, so I'm checking this cooler here. It was getting too cold the night before, so I got a suspicion the contacts were sticking on this relay. Then always the usual suspects, pluggo, buggo. This set and down at the same time. We're going to get into the programs. I want to check my defrost, intervals, duration, and termination. This is just a one probe stat, but it does have defrost. It's a great one. I'll put the model number up and we'll get to there. It goes, set point, good to go. Today it's working fine. So let me get into this. All right, so it's actually ND. So ID is intervals between defrost every 3 hours. ND is defrost duration. Let's go back up to there. 15 minutes, every 3 hours for 15 minutes. And then I'm looking for DE. There's also has temperature. DE at 46 degrees is our defrost termination. And then we want to get out, it's set and up. And we'll go back to regulars. There it is. Alright, so my suspicion is the contacts in here were sticking last night. This thing was down to 25 degrees and the unit was running. I'm going to replace that control. When I do, I'm going to put a relay in here. I'll use that control for a slave to the relay to take the amp draw for the compressor here when I put it back. And that's what I'm going to do on this one. The contacts are sticking intermittently on the Dixell control. Now, you could replace that Dixell control for a lot cheaper with the Penn Johnson A421 ABC O2C. That thermostat has off-cycle defrost built into it. And those stats, well, you guys know what you pay for those stats. They're not very expensive. And the only thing that stat doesn't have where you can replace it on that one probe style Dixell control, it doesn't have defrost termination temperature. So like on the Dixell control, you can terminate defrost if that box they had it set for 46 degrees, it'll put it back into the cooling mode. With the Penn Johnson O2C version, it would just time out for they had it every 3 hours, 15 minutes air defrost. It would just time out the 15 minutes, which I really don't think would hurt anything. So you could, in that case, I have that stat on the truck. You could put that in that location if you wanted to. Probably make a good video, but if you carry that, it's the A421, right? Isn't that the number? ABC O2-O2C has the defrost provision. Actually, I should be stocking that stat on my truck over the Ranco. The Ranco doesn't have defrost. There's really no reason to buy that Ranco thermostat anymore. The ETC 111000, that Penn Johnson control's way better. It's a little harder to program. What's nice about the Ranco, that Ranco stat's super basic, super easy, but it doesn't have defrost. And I don't know if they're gonna make one with the defrost provision. It'd be nice if they did. The roof for the, oh, you know, last week I had that produce cooler where the water killed the controller. Some of you had asked how I was gonna do the metal. I didn't make the metal. I just gave the shop I used to work at my dimensions. And then this is how it's gonna work out. Right here. Fits like a glove over the old. See how they have the little skid right there, the little base. So it fits like perfect. Has a little extra lip for just to make it sturdier. It's got a cross brake in it. Remember, this is all dead. I got rid of all this. We're running off those pressure switches. And it's gonna rain every day next week, so we will have a little bit coverage for it. It's just gonna sit on there like that. And I'll probably get some drill screws and I'm gonna come in through the side like this. I'll probably put 4 in. This is a good base to screw into right here. So I'll get 4 drill screws, 2 on each side so the wind won't blow it away, things like that. And you can see there's another lip right here. And that's how we do them, you know, out here in California. They're indoor units put outside all the time, every day. Funky monkey, Chunky the monkey. That new Dixell control, the XR02CX. You know, it's for the Norlake style walk-in box, encapsulated unit, single probe. I'm gonna add a relay. So these 2 connectors on the bottom are going to be our contactor coil. So we got a neutral, then the coil is going to get energized from where the compressor used to plug in here on number 9. Take your compressor out, and this half of the relay plugs in the 9. Where your compressor came out, that's going to be 1/2 of your contacts right here. The other half of this contact is going to go to line number 8. And then the other hot goes over here to fire off the control. So now when this set of contacts makes, it's going to bang on this relay to take the load, because the contacts in here, they tend to fry and die when the condensers get dirty and stuff. This has a little more, can take a little more amp draw. So that's how I like to do those. So I'm going to add that, and I'll take you guys upstairs in there, and we'll go take a look. Sweet home. We're going to get back there. The control's on the back side of this one. So let me crawl over there and get to it. One. And you can see the wires. They come in, and then you get line, and then they take the other one over like that. So it's real simple. I'll take these off. And of course this one comes over to the compressor. And this one was just hanging in there. Huh. That must it'll end up looking like that. The relay mounted in there. That's how they do these. And that's why the cover has to be on, because of the wires. Let's get that cover back on here. All right, here's the old control. You can see the head of spade connectors, and the soldering joints would come loose. This one's about ready to pop out. And the new one, it's all a terminal block with screws. Probably an updated version of that one. Yeah.